Good to see you all. And man, I'm pissed that I didn't get to do my thing last week because I was going to go over this interview with Neil Druckmann. It was really annoying. And I'm not a huge fan of Neil Druckmann because he's very much did like The Last of Us. I think he's like worked with Uncharted, which Uncharted seems like a pretty fun game, but he's a very much like a one of these guys that's very, I don't know if he's almost envious of Hollywood. He really wants to be in Hollywood. He wants to be in that kind of group. He admires them. He makes his games very much like movies. He wants to appeal to that audience. The audience that likes movies, he wants to get them into games, which might be admirable in a sense, but what they're doing is taking the worst from movies and putting them into games. Games aren't movies. It's not like I'm just going to make such a good interactive game that that it's just going to bring in new people. It's more like I'm going to make games like movies with a bunch of cinematic stuff and a bunch of narratives and scenes. That's what's going to bring people in. So he's just one of these guys that just doesn't seem to have a love for what makes games games. He almost wants to make them movies, interactive movies, essentially, which personally I just cannot get behind. But as you can see here in this interview, in reviewing, this is from Sony, by the way. The company he works for did an interview, which is supposed to be like a super nice, fluff piece for him. To kind of boost the company and him. In re-reviewing our recent interview with Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann, we found several significant errors and inaccuracies that don't represent his perspective values, including topics such as animating, writing, technology, and future projects. We apologize to Neil for misrepresenting his words and for any negative impact this interview may have caused him and his team. In coordination with Naughty Dog and SEI, we have removed the interview. I guess Sony Interactive Entertainment. So let's take a look. He made a tweet. This is one of the original quotes because he was getting dragged for this quote. Could you share a personal vision or dream project you hope to see realized in the future of entertainment? I've been lucky to work on several dream projects. I'm currently excited about a new one, which is perhaps the most thrilling yet. Ooh. There's a growing appreciation for games that transcends all age groups, unlike when I was growing up. The shift is highlighted by our venture into television, and this is the part of the that always gets me, into television with The Last of Us, which I hope would bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers. The show's success is spotlighted gaming, illustrating the rich immersive experiences it offers. The visibility excites me not only for our current projects, but for the broader potential of gaming to captivate a global audience. I'm eager to show how this new game resonates, especially with the success of Last of Us, as it could redefine mainstream perceptions of gaming. Whoa. So everyone's like, oh, come on, please, Neil, please. What are you saying? Apparently he didn't say that at all. They were just shortening his long-ass answer. So let's see what his actual answer is. Which honestly, I approve of them making this shorter because man, it's long. So I've been lucky that I've already had that. Got the chance to work at several dream projects. A new one right now, and maybe it's the most exciting I've been for a project yet. I can't talk about it. Or our bosses will get very mad at me. I guess in general, it's something happening now I think is very cool, which is why a new appreciation for gaming that I've never seen before. Like when I was growing up, gaming was more of a kid's thing. Now it's clearly for everyone. But it's like, if you're a gamer, you know about the potential of games. And non-gamers, they don't really know what they're missing out. But my hope was, when we made The Last of Us as a TV show, we could change that. Yeah, Last of Us really shows what people are missing out when they're not playing games. Well, I became so involved with it. I wanted so badly for it to be good because I wanted this to happen, which is like someone, who will watch the show and really like it, fall in love with those characters the way I fall in love with those characters and their story, and then realize, wait, that's based on a video game? And they go check out the game and just see the wealth of narratives and everything that's happening in narratives. They're games. This is why I hate Neil Druckmann, because he's talking about characters and stories and narratives. Nothing about gameplay. At no point, I don't think he'll ever mention gameplay or, what's exciting about it. It's just, they're just supposed to be some sort of interactive movies for him. So now I just feel like there's a kind of spotlight on gaming. And, Fallout just came out. That's a big success for Amazon. And that really exciting. Not because games need to be movies. Yeah, you just need to play like it. Or they need to be TV shows. But I think it's kind of opens the eyes of a bunch of people. And I find it really exciting. Not because games need movies or TV shows. A bunch of people that weren't aware of the kind of experiences that exist in games. I think right now we hit a tipping point where it's about to take off and people realize, oh my God, there's all these incredible moving experiences in games. Yeah. So now, yeah, when you saw that man beast getting railed from behind and The Last of Us 2, very moving. So I'm not only excited for this game that we're making, and that's something really fresh for us, I'm also excited to see how the world reacts to it. Because The Last of Us and the success of the show, people even outside gaming are looking at us to see what they put out next. I'm very excited to see what reaction. Sorry if I said too much. I'll stop there. For my dream project, I've been very lucky. He already got his dream. This is Neil Druckmann, master of narratives and TV shows. This is just like what is being pushed now. And maybe I'll skip to this.